Hey, how's it going, guys? I wanted to do a quick recap. I had this watch for about a year and a half or so. I have to say Samsung is still the king of, at least on the Android side of things. I mean, not much to say on Android right now for watches. Google Pixel Watch came out, but they're pretty much late in the game, so I think they're on their third gen, if I'm not mistaken. I'm glad that Google copied Samsung with the round design. It just makes sense. Samsung makes sense to have a circular design for a watch. I don't know why Apple hasn't come out with a circle design yet. Maybe next September, the 10-year anniversary for the new iPhone, they maybe release a new Apple Watch with a circle design, and that would sell like hotcakes. But Android started it, so I'm really happy that Samsung still stuck with it. And I have to say, I do love Samsung. I remember I think the Gear Watch was a squarish design, but they eventually went circle, which is nice. And I picked up a new watch band too. I have to admit though, I do not use the full potential of this watch. It has so many applications and so forth, has apps in there, but I've never used them. The only thing I use is probably like Find My Phone feature on it. And of course, to check out my steps and everything else, but that's pretty much it. It does auto track workouts I do, but I never initiate them, so it does track it, oh well. It's just a very overpriced pedometer, I think, that keeps tracks. That's pretty much I use it for. I try to keep it fresh every once in a while by getting new wristbands like this one I got recently. That's the fabric design too, which I really like. Good in the hands. And then she got the gold one, the brown and blue one right here. And Samsung has a decent amount of watch faces, which a other feature I like. You can customize it too, whatever in your mood for, which I really like. I pair it with different phones, sometimes with Samsung. Right now I'm using it with a Pixel 5, before it was Galaxy phone. And I'll go in between phones and everything else. And the best thing about it is that if I have to switch phones, let's see. Before in the past, I had to do a factory reset on the watch itself and set up a whole new, basically start from scratch. With here, it's so much easier now to switch between phones. Let me see, maybe I won't do a full reset, but transfer watch to a new phone. So basically, it will auto delete, but it will set up. You will skip most of the startup process, and it's so much easier to connect to different phones because I switch between phones a lot. And right now, I'm staying with one phone, which is the Pixel 5. So that's one thing I'm really glad Samsung's working on. And also, Samsung is probably like the second place when it comes to updates. It seems like every couple months I get an update for this watch, a significant one. Sometimes in the double digits, sometimes 100. I think mostly in the double digits. But the fact that it's getting updates and everything else, it's still good. So glad with Samsung. Samsung's doing a lot better updates now. And I do like the build material on this. It does have minor scrapes and scuffs and everything else. As you expect, is on your hands, going to bump into things eventually. So I have to give the Samsung making a quality device and everything else. So I know Samsung released a new Galaxy, I think the Fit 3, which if anything were to happen to this, I'd probably jump on that because I don't use all the special features and anything else. I don't start workouts. I just use it mostly for to count steps, so natural progressions. But it makes sense for me to get the Fit because it's cheaper. I think it's like $80 if it's on sale and so forth. But I'm still using it, still goes well. Battery life, maybe 25% the next morning and so forth. It doesn't last long, but I usually just charge it the next day and so forth right here. And instead of taking this out all the time and just flip it and just charge it. So long time impressions. I love Samsung. I'm just biased to Samsung. I use their phones, I use their watches. I think the last one I got was a Watch 2, which this is the Watch 4. I don't know, so when it comes to watches, I think Samsung has it. I mean, there's only a few competitors. Google's still new in the field. And they're pumping new stuff too. But Samsung, I think there's like their 6th, 7th generation now versus Pixel's at 3. So Samsung is still the king with watches, in my opinion. That goes with their tablets too. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, let me guys know.